Welcome back to the Rising Podcast. I'm Xavier, you're joined here with KaBria and Cayman. Black person of the day.
Of course, let me go first. You feel me?
Welcome to the Rising Podcast. We joined here with KaBria and Cayman. How y'all doing, man? It's a new year. We still feeling good? It's cold outside still.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good.
But somebody just had a birthday on the Rising Podcast.
Oh my gosh, that was a surprise.
Birthday.
Thank you.
So
26.
26.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. You know, I got really sick on my birthday, so that was great. So after my dinner, of course, we went to Q 1227, so that was cool. Supporting a black business, eating really good, so it was really good. But I was like drinking tea and then was like sick. But I mean, it was really nice, really peaceful. Like, you know, I had some self-care, and then this week I had my facial yesterday, so it was really nice. I would say, like, really just taking time to like really like sit in the fact that I'm fucking 26 and then think big for next year, but really big for my 30. You know, I'm not thinking about it, like really big for my 30, because next year I definitely want to do a trip. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out the restaurant again. Give them a little
Q
plug.
1227. It's like elevated soul food.
Okay.
Or like I would say like a black taste on like some like 5-star cuisine. I don't even know how to explain it. Like they had some shrimp and grits that went crazy. They have like fried chicken that was hella good, fried lobster hella good. They have mussels in like a curry sauce, which was like next level.
Okay.
Really, it's just like black people existing in spaces that, you know, definitely can benefit from a little razzle dazzle. So.
And it's located
it's in
downtown?
Roseville.
In Roseville. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Roseville. So it's really nice, and I would tell everybody, you know, definitely go out there and try it out, and like you definitely won't be disappointed. Like my family was like, yeah, they were really happy. They were fucking the food up.
You get your tattoo?
Yes, I got my tattoo. It's healing right now, so I don't want to show it. It's kind of funky looking right now. But yeah, I got my tattoo as well.
What was
nice.
the pain? 1 out of 10.
On your hand, like that's
on my
crazy.
hand. To be honest, I know, right? Pain. Like when he was doing it, it was like a lot, but it wasn't too crazy. Like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like you get used to it. Like when you you just get used to it. But I would put it like a smooth like 5, 6. Like would I get it again? Like I was thinking about getting some more butterflies, like smaller ones, and then of course like probably some other stuff. But yeah, it's pretty dope, and I know like once it heals, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, you know, I'm already getting compliments.
You went through it like a trooper. You was,
of course. I mean, I was hella nervous because I haven't had a tattoo in like 3 years, because I only have like my first one was on my wrist and then my other one on my ankle. So I was like, I didn't know. Well, it's like right there.
Your ankle didn't hurt?
Well, it's like not ankle. Whoopsies. What is this called? I don't know. What is this? Like this side of your foot? What is that called? Other side of the ankle? Leg?
I would just say like the side of your shin or something.
Okay, side of my shin. So that didn't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me not lie. Not ankle. Other side of the ankle. Shit. Damn. Need to go back to class. But anyway, yeah. So it was a really cool birthday. Like really full of self-care. It was really nice. Really like not stressful. But moments like this have been occurring once people are like, "Oh, your birthday," and it's like, okay. Which, you know, it's been cool. I was just seeing like a post. I was like, people, Aquarius specifically, love talking about their birthday coming up. But then when it was my birthday, I was just like, all right. Like I was more excited than like actual birthday. Plus it doesn't help that I was like literally on my deathbed like the next day. So it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it must suck being sick on your birthday.
It was. It did. And then I had to go to work on Monday. Like I was literally like, yeah, like it was kind of crazy. My mom was like, "Oh, are you staying home?" I'm like, "I gotta go to work." But shout out to that pho. If you know, you fucking know. That shit really did get me right. And some Theraflu.
Ooh, some pho when you sick. I always want to get you right.
Sick, hungover, all that. Facts. So yeah, so it was nice. Turning 26, you know, boom, realizing I need to get my license renewed. So that's always fun. I mean, don't want to put that on the internet, but shit, it is what it is. It is what it is.
That's always fun. DMV.
That's a reminder for us all.
For real.
Check that expiration date.
I know, and I didn't think like I could have just did it before and just renewed it. But it's like the real ID, and it's just been like stressful because we moved, so it's like getting the documents and make sure all the address changes, and then like showing that, and like I was like,
right,
I ain't moving.
Yeah. So the day before your birthday, the Rising took a group trip.
Yes, we did.
The CIA tried to mess up my car and everything, man. My car died before we went, but we went and saw
that was crazy.
Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
Dr. Umar out in Antioch. So what did y'all think? Just recap our
overall, even outside of like going to see Umar, just the people in Antioch, the people in attendance, the church that we went to, just seeing all the plans that they had for everything black was just like, I'm trying to bring some of that to bring that my way. I was like, if Antioch was a little closer, I would have been like, I'm gonna drive. I want to go participate in some of these activities and some of these programs.
Right.
But like, that's a drive, so we had to bring that to Elk Grove. We had to bring that out here.
Right.
So I really do appreciate that momentum and that idea that if you're not gonna give it to us, we're gonna do it ourselves.
Facts.
So we love that. But Umar, that man is exactly the same in person. In person.
Yeah.
He didn't switch up at all. I was like, are we on I felt like I was on we was just in the audience of a TV show. I was like,
really? I thought it was really good. I think
he was a good
speaker.
He was a good
engage
speaker
with the audience really well, and
he was a good speaker, but he was just like this. He's just so animated. It's just
he really is. He's a character.
He's a character. So it's like you can't help but be entertained as well. But like the main purpose is
right
for educational purposes.
Right.
Right.
And it felt like he was more. It was more of a. I don't know. You see a person on the internet and it's an internet personality, and you see clicks and you see things that you 10-second clips of something that just goes viral. But then you see like, this person has an actual message, and you can actually see what their message is through them actually talking and seeing like what it truly means that you're talking about. Like certain people that maybe never heard Dr. Umar speak, but have seen the clicks, have seen the TikToks, have seen the out of context kind of shit. I mean, they don't really understand the true message. So that was cool. That was dope.
Yeah, and that's so interesting that you say that, because I think as far as seeing the full picture and like also knowing like there are those viral moments, but I wonder like on those interviews when he was talking like real, I don't even know how to say this in like whatever real shit, that it was cut out because it wasn't entertainment. Because I know like when we went, something that I was like left thinking about, not only like with the church and like homeschooling kids and like being like that community support, but also like when it comes to that education and like pushing more students, especially black students, to go get their career and like vocational certificates before they go to 4-year universities, just to have that option and that guaranteed career to fall back on. And I thought that was super important and cool, because it's like you can go to school and get a degree, but it's like, how are you going to use it? But if you also always have a backup, like you always gonna have money coming in. So I thought that was like hella dope. And then also to your point, Antioch, right?
Right.
Okay. Like they always like how close knitted like the people there seemed and like focused on their mission. So I thought it was dope, just the sharing of resources and then the love and stuff like that. Like I just really felt like we were like, if it was like, I wish that happened more, because I just only imagine like what it would be like to be in a room when Malcolm X or like MLK was speaking. Like that was kind of like the similar vibes, I would say, but modern day, and then more extreme views are viewed as extreme, but like that's kind of how I felt. Like dang, like we got to see Dr. Umar, and it's like real
because that's crazy that you mentioned that, because honestly that's the only time I've really gone somewhere outside of like college classes where you're where you're gonna talk about. Only time I've gone somewhere in public in a space just with that many black people, just talking about policies, talking about politics, talking about just going about actionable change. Right. And it's just like seeing everybody's perspective and seeing the generation behind us. seeing our old niggas, seeing our old heads really out here talking about wanting to do what's right and like putting that education forward for the next generation is like, that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I wish I had that 20, 30 years experience behind me already so I can go ahead and do what they're already doing.
Right.
But we're going to go ahead and do our part as always.
Period. And then his trip to Africa, that was dope as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, he said 14 days, 14 nights. I was just like, okay.
He said, what
reference is that? Is that a reference?
That's
Bible.
usually in the Bible, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. But 14 days, 14 nights, but okay, it's going to sound ignorant.
Yeah,
but what part when he was freeing the...
He said, this is not Freaknik. If you can't control your hormones,
oh my God,
you get left at the bus stop.
Pan-Africanism over Punani. I was like, damn.
And there was a lot of different cities. Like, remember the guy from Oakland? Even though Umar didn't call on me when I raised my hand.
Yeah,
that's crazy. He called on the gentleman behind me, but he was from Oakland, and I think the teacher that he was like, "You about to have the longest question, lady," because she was talking for a minute. But she was from a different city, I believe, also. So we also saw like a lot of the Bay Area being represented. Sacramento as well. There was a gentleman in Sacramento. So
yeah.
A lot of different places were being represented in that room that night. Yeah. And even though, you were saying like there's a lot of people in that kind of area, it's kind of cool for us. I wouldn't say cool, but we get to trailblaze in Elk Grove, which I think is also like a kind of cool thing. It's like anything that happens here is new, and it's like we're the first one to put a stamp on this city and kind of make a difference in this city, which I think is going to be the cool part of more things that we do.
Yeah, that's what we just got to start turning it up.
Turning it up.
Turn it up.
You got to
insert that meme. Hop off the curb. Turn it up.
Facts. Next on the Rising. Hey, make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. I need you guys to tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your cousin, tell your brother, tell everybody black that you know, tell everybody white that you know. So you might as well just tell everybody whatever.
Just everybody you know.
That you know. Yeah, but I want you to specifically tell the black people. I want you to tell the black people.
Oh my gosh.
Black Ambition Media. We're going to talk a little politics. Because I know y'all love it.
Over Punani.
Facts. Ron DeSantis.
I'm like, do we have to beat that out? I'm listening. No. Yeah.
Ron DeSantis.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you? Yeah.
Dropped out, guys. Which
I don't know why he was even in the rent. Like,
I think everybody expected. Nikki Haley is still trying to, she's not getting nothing but about 11% of the votes. Yeah. Maybe less than 11%, actually.
Yeah, the people voting for her are only voting for her because they don't want to vote. Trump. Yeah, they don't want to vote for Trump.
But
you know what would be a good strategy for the Dems is just to find some way to support Nikki Haley.
Nah.
Yes, if they know that Biden's not gonna win,
she's crazy too.
Well, who would you rather have, Nikki Haley or Trump?
And I think this is the question that I will propose to.
That's all I'm
saying.
This
is the question that I will propose to you guys.
Okay.
What the hell? As far as the Republican Party, as far as the Republican Party is held,
right?
What is going on? We see that most of Republican voters still want Trump as that front running candidate. So, what do y'all think about that?
Because they think all this is fake. Like, we already know people that vote for Trump don't vote for Trump because they agree with his policies or anything. They vote for Trump because they like how outspoken he is. They like that he doesn't care what nobody says and does whatever he wants, or just for the simple fact that he affirms whatever racist or ignorant actions or beliefs they already have.
Talk about that money part. What about the people that vote for him due to money purposes?
Oh, that's just anybody that vote Republican. They're trying to get them tax breaks.
Facts.
You vote Republican, you're racist, or you're rich, or you have a business. It's like, yeah, you fit in one of those probably three, most likely.
Right. No, that definitely, that's a lot of good valid points. But I think where I'm at is just to see where they support the Supreme Court rules in regards to is Trump even eligible to be listed on a ballot, because there's currently a court decision or a court case making its way up to the Supreme Court. I want to say Colorado removed them or something, and they're just trying to make sure that's lawful. Because
let me research that, but I do believe that
they're waiting to make that decision.
The Supreme Court, I thought, no,
not yet. The Supreme Court's very, conservative right now. Trump was able to, and that's one thing. I would give, not even him, I'll give the Republican Party, while he was in office, he was able to maneuver and make some changes that have long lasting impact. And I also think that could also be why there's a rise in Trump support, because you see like the ban on abortion, and then you see the end of affirmative action. And I feel like all of that can be credited to obviously Supreme Court justices, you know, they can serve for life. Someone passed away, okay, whatever, you have to replace them. But during his presidency, he was able to put certain people in power to to really align everybody with him.
Right. Yeah. How many of those judges did he appoint?
He appointed two,
I believe.
I'm making it up. One or two? Yeah, one or two. Because it was like, what, the girl? I forget what's her name. And then she was like, they're like asking her a question on abortion. And I was like, that bitch is not the vote to fucking overturn that shit. Like the way her answer was, I was like, Well, I know we should Google that. Like, how many did he appoint? But to the point where Biden has been put in a very, you know, tough position when it comes to like even his student loan forgiveness and stuff like that. They've been blocking that a lot. So the Supreme Court is in a position that obviously is leaning more conservative and supporting Republicans. So it would just be interesting to see, because it is just very interesting and crazy that a president who is on trial.
Donald Trump appointed 3 Supreme Courts. Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney.
Amy
Coney Barrett.
Oh, sorry, not say white girl. She is a white girl.
That is the most by any president since Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, so he's
appointed 4.
He is the reason for that shit. Those are all his appointees.
Right, so it was 3. I don't know. That's crazy. I just remember Amy. That's the only one I really met. But then Brett Kavanaugh. Why does that sound familiar too?
Because I'm pretty sure he did. He go to jail?
Sexual assault? I thought it was sexual assault.
Is he in jail?
Let me look it up. Too. I don't think I know. Should we look it up?
We're
trying to check. But that sounds very familiar.
But the direction we're going to take this now is, so what? So does it really matter what the Supreme Court says?
Yes.
Because apparently you can really just say no to shit. Because Texas we gotta jump because...
Hold on. We still got a lot on Trump. We still got a lot on Trump.
Oh yeah, 3 women have publicly accused. Yeah, Kavanaugh, and then there was no no. But I guess they didn't find it. Okay.
But go ahead on your Texas point.
But anyway.
Go ahead on your Texas point. Xavier, go ahead on your Texas point.
You said we're sticking with Trump.
Yeah, but just go ahead on your Texas point now. Well, I can will it back in.
I'm saying, does it matter? It doesn't really seem it doesn't matter lately what the Supreme Court says or what these higher courts say. Is because the people who are receiving the brunt end of these decisions are just doing the opposite of what the courts say. Like, the Supreme Court told Texas that they are not allowed to put up those barbed wire fences, stopping the federal government from accessing those migrants. And they said, we don't really care what you said. Biden's not protecting this border. We gonna put these fence back up. And now they're on a supposed standoff with the federal government.
I didn't even know that.
It's just like,
that's a fucked up position, bro. That's just fucked up. Why do you guys gotta be in this position?
Like, what are the supposed consequences actually?
What's the supposed consequences is that, first of all, we gonna let them come in, and then they gonna see, oh shit, the American dream is really not existent. So for me, it's just interesting how much resources we're willing to invest to keep people out, when we can use those same resources to help build and help our people. But I mean, that's a whole nother story. I don't believe in borders. So I'm also to me, it's just those people, like, how to explain it? Like, the people who want to be cops, people obsessed with power, the people who's obsessed with like seeing themselves as higher than other people. That's just the vibe it's giving me. I don't know how to explain it. Respectfully, I know there's probably good cops out there, but I just think you have to have a level of, I want to have authority over someone's life, and I believe in law and order, and I don't see people for who they are. And I don't know. That's crazy, because I mean, for them to be in a standoff over that, but not when they were fucking whipping Haitian immigrants, like, or migrants. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, like, to me, that should have, like, they should have been like, all right, Texas, calm the fuck down. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, also, like, what do you do during a time where, if Trump comes back into office, they're gonna be doing that and be supported in doing that, you know?
Yeah, and that would be my next question with you to you guys. With the Texas versus U.S. conflict,
man, let them motherfuckers go. No, think about it.
And it being the beginning of 2024.
Yeah.
and we see a election in fucking 9 months.
Yeah.
Do y'all see Trump being back in office? Y'all seeing him being back in that seat?
If Trump really becomes president again, it's like, to me, I don't want to hear anything else about white privilege not existing and reverse racism, because, or the systematic racism that exists in this country. For a white male to go through this fucking justice court or whatever, hella, be president and still come out with possible felonies, not just misdemeanors, felonies, and become president is crazy. It just probably makes me wonder if we have to put that in the Constitution. But then that's already a hard pass, I'm assuming. But imagine if Congress, if it was blue on both sides, well, when they just passed that and amended the Constitution. But to amend the Constitution, what? They have to pass it in Congress and then have, like, the states come together? I'm trying to remember. But you get what I'm saying? It should be a constitutional amendment. Like, nigga, you cannot run for president if you're a fucking criminal. If you have a felony, like, why are we letting, like...
I mean, you can't do nothing else if you're a criminal. The only thing you could do is run for president, I guess.
No, but that's the thing. Like, if he's able to become president, I just want to see, like, I just want to see our justice system completely, like, reformed. Because that's crazy. Like, that label that could, as to your point, remove people from basically being active participants in society can skyrocket him once again to the highest level in this country. It's kind of crazy, but it's actually very interesting as well, because it just proves, like, America was, like, home of criminals and stuff like that. Yeah. And if you were white and wealthy and you came here and you were a criminal, you were gonna make it. So I mean, it is, I guess it is, like, the essence of, like, America, or like what it means to be American.
America's finally just really showing its face.
If you think about it, I totally forgot about that. Like, if you think about it, it's like, it's just the story of this country.
Right.
Wow, fucked up.
Did you guys see that the jury orders Trump to pay $83 million?
Yeah, I did see that.
For defaming Jean Carroll?
Mm-hmm. I did see that.
Did you see that, KaBria?
I was confused. Who's Jean Carroll?
She basically had a lawsuit against Donald Trump, and I believe, and don't quote me on this, I'm going to do some research after I read this article, but I believe that Trump wasn't found guilty of sexual assault, but he was found guilty of defamation. That's why he has to pay this. Yeah.
So he's guilty of something. He's paying $83 million.
Oh, he's definitely.
What I'm saying?
I mean, but Donald Trump has also said, grab them by the.
Yeah.
You know,
that should have been enough for people to be like,
the president could say it,
right?
You should be, but don't get us.
Wow.
Yeah, the jury.
Oh my gosh!
Carroll
maybe they want Trump in office to protect the sex offenders.
65 and punitive.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of stuff, because why has he not been stopped yet? Especially by a party that loves fucking law and order.
Because they don't.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing they love is a racist.
I mean, yeah. But it's like not even dog whistle politics. What would we call this? It's not even dog whistle politics anymore. It's like,
it's just bold and out front.
Yeah. But it's bold and out front, but then it's like,
it's just exposing how stupid people are.
It's like gaslighting, like, but you know what I'm saying? We need something to gaslight in politics. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna say this shit, but
it's not even gaslighting, because he's doing the thing out loud. And the reason people keep voting for him, and they'll say it, a large part of the reason they vote for Trump or vote Republican is just because we're like Democrats or like liberals or progressives. We're just annoying.
I'm just saying,
we're just annoying. Like, that's the main reason. They don't care about the policy. They don't really care about what's going on, what it stands for. They just don't like how much we talk about it. They think we're annoying. They want to vote against us. And that's the main reason.
I get that, but I'm saying it has to be some form of like I don't know what category they'll put in, because the only reason I'm saying that is like he'll say something obviously fucking racist and then go back and say, no, that's not racist. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, oh, COVID isn't real. And then to our point a couple episodes ago or whatever, oh, I'm going to go get a vaccine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it just dog baiting? Like, I'm trying to think like what would the term be to categorize like the current.
It is like baiting.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, baiting them because he doesn't want you don't get the vaccine because I don't want y'all to get vaccinated. But he's like, I understand the importance
Right.
I'm gonna get myself vaccinated, but I'm gonna tell the herd, don't trust in the vaccine. Don't believe in Fauci. They're trying to get you. The government's always trying to watch out for you, but I'm the one that's gonna protect you. So always look out for me because I'm looking out for you.
I'm just curious, but I'm just curious, like, what would they call this? Not like Trump politics, but what would you call that?
We coined one term on this show so far. We got to coin another.
Yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we did coin a term.
Don't ask me what it was. I cannot remember.
Me either.
I can't remember, but I'm gonna use it in the book.
I think that goes.
Wow, we gotta rewatch that episode.
I think that goes a lot into what we talk about, even with like certain communities in the black community who was like, oh yeah, I rock with Trump because he gave me the stimulus check, or not knowing that Republicans voted against the stimulus check, or like they only know the basic things of what they hear are sound bites or clicks or things like that. People are really not involved in politics. So I would just tell people, like, if y'all don't want Biden, y'all don't want Trump, like, let everybody our age, older, people that are not involved in politics get involved in fucking politics, bro. Like, y'all have to understand what's going on in your world. Y'all have to understand that this is actually our right to understand what's going on in our country. Not just letting these people run this shit on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like, your voice matters, what you say, how you feel your government can do better. Like, you can love this country and still talk about it if y'all really love this country like that. That's another thing I wanted to ask you. Do y'all love America? I love what
Are
America,
you asking a black person, do I love fucking America?
But you gotta be.
Do I love America? Do I
love the things that America? A lot of people love the things that America provides.
Well, I would say I love what America could be and what we can see it, as far as if it addresses the treatment of black people in this country. Then yeah, because we can see it. We see it as a reality for a lot of other people. And it's like, if you're able to spread the wealth in such a way, America could be great. But as of right now, do I love a country that doesn't like really respect or love me, or if I have kids? No, I couldn't say that. But it's like, to your point, as far as getting involved and actually being an active citizen, that sounds so weird, but an active member of the society, and like really trying to be the change that we wish to see. I mean, over time, but like, no, because it's like, no, I know. Do I have freaking American flag in my house? No, I don't love this country. But I mean, the flag does go hard, but I mean, I'm not gonna say the flag, like,
you don't think
I would rank white and blue.
I would rank some other flags over ours, low key.
Red, white, and blue.
You think ours are top 10?
I mean, I think it's a pretty cool flag.
We top 10 flags.
I mean, see, I'm not gonna say I love America. I don't.
Drop your flag. Drop your flag down in the comments.
But at the same time, it's like, like, I'm not gonna say I hate America.
Everybody drop
but
flag.
like, I mean,
but
I'm gonna.
I get what you're saying though. Like, I like the idea of America. Like, what people think of America. That is an idea. An idea for the sense of the average person, if you're not a white male. Like, that is an idea. The reality of what America is just, if you don't got it, then it's just that dog eat dog hellscape. Yeah, bootstrap politic.
By the bootstraps.
Yeah, and that mentality can just lead to multiple other types of distress in the long run. But all they want you to do is just buy your problems away at the end of the day. So
Thanks. And like we've been saying for months, we already knew this was kind of happening. We knew it was going to be the Trump versus Biden. Xavier said it. He said LeBron versus Steph.
Which one is LeBron? Which one is Steph?
That's crazy.
That's if Trump comes back from 3-1 on this. If he comes back from beating the case, that's like LeBron coming back from 3-1, bro. This man got how many indictments? He got cases. He told that lady.
I don't think that's a good comparison at all. Because I think LeBron and Steph like have an actual love for the game and actually like understand it.
I think Trump got a love for the game.
I
think Trump got a love for this game.
I'm just saying, like,
Trump definitely got a love for the game.
I'm saying love.
He loved the attention. He loved people.
He could have shut up a long time ago. He has the love.
Yeah, he loves that attention.
You guys are hella funny. That's not what I mean. That's not what I meant. I'm just saying, like, name a player in the NBA that's hella good who never, like, the one Russian guy who's like, I don't give a fuck about the NBA. I just come to play.
Jokic?
Yeah, we're just saying that in just KaBria.
Okay, I'm a very literal ass person.
Yeah, I get it. We're just saying as far as Cavs versus Warriors, that was literally every year.
All right, so this
Cavs
the picture for this pod has just got to be the LeBron versus Curry but you got to put Trump's head on LeBron's body and Biden's head on Curry's body, and that's gonna be the picture for the pod.
So you think Trump? Yeah, Trump is LeBron. I ain't gonna lie.
My!
Because I think he's gonna win too. I think he's gonna win.
I'm not gonna lie.
Low key. Then he gonna be in the league for a long time until his kids take over.
Bro, if y'all let Trump win again, but it's like you're bringing me Biden, so it's like.
Yeah, and Biden is not really helping his case. He's doing everything that people are saying we don't want to do. And it's like
the war
he keeps backing.
I mean, I don't care what. I mean, I get that, and I definitely sucky. That is definitely like inappropriate. But Trump is going to support the war in Israel too.
Of course. Like, but the people that vote for Trump are going to vote for him regardless. The people who are going to vote for Biden are the people who are on the fence trying to come from the Republican side wanting to vote for Biden, who see that and are like, well, I might as well just vote for the outright racist then in the first place.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying like the war, like that's one thing. It's like, yeah, I think the commitment to help Israel goes back to like commitments that like the United States has made in previous presidents, and like, you know, it's a part of military agreements. I don't think it's more so like Biden like, oh, I have a choice and I'm choosing. It's more like, oh, we had agreements and it's fucked up, it's wrong, but it was agreements that were made at the time where, you know, colonialism and like people weren't aware of like what America really is doing in other countries. That's my thought.
How much money did he just send?
It's like the I thought Obama killed in the Middle East. I don't know, but I thought during Obama's administration there was a lot of drones and stuff that's going out and killing a lot of children too.
Black, so we didn't really say nothing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's also like a situation where it could have went really left if people were like aware.
That's a good point, KaBria.
In our defense, we were also like 14, so
right.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying the older generation, they could have been aware. But that's also like the reality of having a younger generation is like, you know, change with the times. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just also think that, like we've been saying a long time too, Dems have to have a better strategy in how to message their message better. Like Republicans got that shit down packed.
Well, yeah.
What is their strategy? Like, what is the Dem strategy?
The Dems, I have no idea.
They just be doing shit.
They're like,
they just be doing shit.
They don't have the, like, when they did the kneeling thing. Remember they did the kneeling thing?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, who did they consult with that?
That was so silly, but I know I get what you guys are saying because I feel like at the end of the day, like them principles work in a sense where if you're able, first of all, I think everyone benefits from them like social support services, tax cuts, etc. But it's just the fact that we're not seeing it, and that's where I think like as far as market manipulation and like impacting like presidents and if they're doing good or not, that really is in the hands of like our businesses and like. I think that's kind of also what we're saying because as far as like, for example, when it comes to the student loans, that's a fucking business. So of course, if they don't want Biden for giving loans, they're gonna make it hard as hell, and then people are mad at Biden. And then when it comes to housing, we're not building houses, because of supplies, because of this. And then when they do build it, we're going to charge a shit ton of money for rent. And then who are going to blame it on? Biden, because the economy's bad. And freaking inflation right now, they're just saying that they kind of got caught in regards to like, they're the ones who's marking up the prices. And there's no reason in regards to what they've given us, like such as supply chain issues or short staff or whatnot. Like all of that shit was just made up for them to get more money in return on profits. Yeah. So it's very interesting just to see how businesses are able to manipulate the market and make the president look a certain way. But I'm not saying that's any excuse for him. I definitely think like the reason we're in this position today when it comes again to unhoused, minimum wage, education, all of that is because we took a lot of social supports. We cut spending on a lot of social supports, like under Reagan or something. But anyway, like Reaganomics and stuff, like really taking it from the communities and putting it at the top, the trickle down theory. And it's like over time, we're seeing the impacts and then we're seeing Biden kind of be in the face of that. Like last year, with Trump's presidency, it's like Biden's trying to clean that up. And then when he comes in office, Trump, he's going to take on the good things that Biden has done. And it's like, okay, student loans, we'll forgive your loans, but then, hey, all the businesses, we're going to give you a cut. Or, hey, rich people, we're going to give you a cut. Like, that's something Biden probably should have considered to kind of balance both. But, hey, let me be quiet. I don't know. We just print money and we're debts, but whatever.
Well, either way, wouldn't just clearing student debt in general like help boost the economy overall by helping alleviate a lot of that stress of people in those lower income communities, giving them some spending power to put back into their communities.
But I mean, in their defense, I think we're spending still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes,
I think low income people, I mean, besides, if you're on a house, you don't have the means, but when you do have a job, you are still spending a lot more on things. Like, so to them, it's kind of like, whatever, we don't really care, because like, even if you don't, to your point, even though if you have student debt, we know you're going to get the new iPhone. We know you're going to get a TV.
But now we just got to strangle hold on you either way.
But you're going to still be struggling. So I think, like, to your point, like, yeah, it would help, like, the country a lot more, just as far as having people more educated, and it takes away, like, the stress when they're trying to pay their rent.
It's just not going to help the rich people.
The rich people, they're just like, whatever.
Right. And
if it don't help the rich people, it don't.
Right.
And not to help the investors, it don't.
Right.
It don't
not
matter.
to give Biden, like, I just want to be off of him. Let's just fast forward to 4 years. But going back to that point, you made a very poignant point, and that goes really back to what Dr. Umar was saying. What did they used to have in high schools? Like, opportunities for you to learn a trade and go out. I mean, college degrees are fine and everything like that, but go out and get a job that you know is going to be there forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you get that college degree.
They took that out, like during the Reagan administration, like you were just talking about. Those are the resources and things that we had as a country that we don't have no more, and we're seeing the effects of that.
Yeah,
exactly, because you can do something different with that trade, with that skill you learn versus that college degree. Because you get that college degree and you know where you have to go take that to make any money.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's so interesting.
I can have my own business when I learn a trade.
Yeah, I can be the mechanic, be the plumber, be the electrician for my community, make my money that way, start my own business, put on other black people. We can learn that trade from school.
Right.
You take that out, now you're forcing, like Umar did mention, you're forcing people to go to school to make any means of money, but now you're forcing people, the only way they're going to make money is to be a part of white institutions, because most of us aren't going to be privileged enough to go work inside of a black institution like
Facts.
that.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's why don't judge me. I haven't fully read the book yet, but I'm blanking on the title too. So I shouldn't even read. I shouldn't even be talking about it though. But it was talking about how the higher education a black person has, the more likely they are to start leaning towards the bourgeois, or being more sympathetic to the white ideology when it comes to why they treat black people a certain way.
It's hard to have a business out here and do blah, 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 especially when you're black and you're trailblazing. It's kind of the same thing they said about Obama. It's kind of hard being the first black man, blah, 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 blah. But it's like somebody's going to have to take that sacrifice. Can we have all the black elites that did get educated, that are making a lot of money and doing stuff like that, not move to the suburbs and have
you said
this
not move to the suburbs? Have you ever? I mean, I get that. I think it's just layers to it.
Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, finish.
Not move to the suburbs and kind of be disconnected. What did they say in Antioch when they were talking about those people? They said it's the bougies and the ghettos or something like that. It's divided. It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's the Banks and the Brokies, or whatever you want to call it. It's a divide in Antioch of elite blacks that make a certain amount of money and don't want to be involved with certain issues, and the black people that ain't got no money at all. And it's like, we can't keep on being rich versus broke. This is what Martin was trying to talk to before he died, about economic success.
Assassinated.
And they killed my man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I think you said what you need to say. I just feel like, as far as bringing people together, to your point, like, I think there definitely has to be more conversations, but there also has to be more willingness to teach each other. And I think that's also where the divide doesn't help within the black community, because I've seen it where somebody has made the investment to go to school, to get a high paying job, and left that type of environment that they were from. But instead of family asking like for help to get put on, it's more so, can I get money?
Give me.
Exactly. And I think that also like leads to that divide, because in that idea that people are lazy, but in reality, it's just like, to Dr. Umar, like what we've been saying is just understanding that, you need to have access to those resources and opportunities.
Facts.
And then also not thinking like you're entitled, or because someone's richer than you, they should help. It's like, I've always believed like that's their money, but I feel like they should of course take the time to help put you on.
Nice.
In my opinion, like you can't always ask for a handout. Like it's just the same how I feel kind of with the government, like kind of what they're doing. Because if like you think about it, the way that we have all these supports and like say it be like California, like the benefits and stuff like that that help people who are low income, it also keeps you in that cycle of generational poverty, because you have to figure out like a way to get out of it, not dependent on the system. And you can't be dependent on someone just giving you money. Like you have to figure out a way to get out of that and make more money. I know it's kind of weird, but I guess that's like the fact that we're in a capitalist society, but it is very like interesting that it was brought up in my view on it, I guess.
Facts. Yeah. All right, we're gonna switch from politics. You guys say any more on politics? Anything you want to talk about politics?
Anything on politics? No, I mean, I just suck that we're in this position right now, and it just sucks that Biden's his ranking is just so low, and like it's just crazy. But I once again just hope this is just like a learning opportunity for the Democratic Party in regards to like planning and like really strategizing and really like not being I guess seen as like not I want to say Dem party is like a failure, but like just learning from if Trump is elected again. That's all I gotta say.
And it's like the Dems are.
I know. I don't even want to say like put them in a bad light, but
it kind of feels like the Dems are all we have to, and it's like we need them.
Yeah, because there's no faith in a third party system because like nobody. I was like,
what was it built for it?
Yeah, purposely.
Yeah,
purposely because
excuse me.
You have people just feeling like they have choose between two evils. But last point on politics before we move on to the next thing. Just speaking of people saying no to courts.
Saying no.
Did you hear? Did you see the ruling of the UN court that Israel could possibly be committing acts of genocide? So they were instructed to halt all bombings or assaults until the court proceedings are finished. Guess what? Prime Minister of Israel Netanyahu said. He basically said, I don't know who y'all think you are. Israel, we have the right to protect ourselves, and we gonna continue to protect ourselves, and we can continue to attack Hamas. And I was like, he can just. Because I saw that I was watching the news.
The UN really has any They don't have any like real like authority. It's just more so we don't like what you're doing. Everybody impose like
it's just more legally binding. Like now it just looks bad for the U.S. to be dealing with a nation that is being considered to be committing acts of genocide. But there's literally like they can't enforce anything. They can just say you shouldn't do that, but he said I'm gonna do it either way, and they said
I mean, he said that because he got the United States behind him, and he gonna do it anyway. We in their country with the guns pointing at them. Yeah, they gonna do it anyway.
Because the United States.
What are you gonna say to a bully who's like right in your fucking backyard?
Because the United States, they said the same thing. They said, "Man, we already said that Israel needs to calm down. They're doing too much. So I don't really know what else you want me to say. We already told them to calm down, but." Nothing else I can do. It's crazy.
That's so crazy. Especially when we read about this shit and like, oh my gosh, in like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, grandkids, whatever, read about it, being like, so y'all just let this shit happen? And we gonna be sitting here like, and they're like, how you didn't know? You guys have internet. You guys have access to shit. Y'all didn't do nothing. It's gonna be a bad look. That's why I just don't understand war. I don't understand certain shit. That's why men in power really need to be like not empowered. I said what I said. No, men in power just in general. Like, let women just give us a chance. Just give us like, if every leader was a woman, just give us like 3 years. And if it's horrible, okay. But I don't think that would be the case, like at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if all leaders were like, I don't think we would be in this position.
We still got Candace Owens.
Well, I don't think she would be elected. And if she is, it's gonna be like the Republican. She would be a Republican leader, woman, and then we have like the Michelles on the other side.
Michelle says she don't even want to do it.
I mean, no, but I'm saying as far as an example.
You know, it's crazy. I saw Michelle. We can move on.
Excuse me.
I saw Michelle. She did her interview, and she said, "I still stay up at night just thinking about the things that I know that other people don't know." And I'm like, why would you say that?
I did see something.
I'm like, why would you say that? And why would you say that after you produced that movie?
Facts.
You need to stop doing this to me, Michelle.
Facts.
But let's go ahead and move on.
Mos Def, guys. So
most definitely.
Let's just. I'm gonna play the sound.
Most definitely, he must be watching the podcast.
Well, Mos Def is watching the Rising podcast.
Most Def watches the Rising podcast.
They had to tell my ignorant ass we saw Mos Def.
Right. We saw him. Yes, at the Erykah Badu concert. Yes.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah,
best.
Let me play what he got.
So we have a personal connection.
Let me play what we have a personal connection. Let me play what he said about Drake, guys.
Drake.
Shannon.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
No D.
Oh.
R.I.P. Why are you doing this to me?
Drake is pop to me, in the sense like if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's
Commercial music,
shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
It's
get
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's
formulaic music.
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
His facial expressions.
But is
He
it?
forced himself to say likable.
Look at his face.
I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
Woo! So many products.
So many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising. So many barcodes.
I love this mall. Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. Oh, this is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. Okay. What happens when this thing collapses? What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire? Buying and selling, where's the message that I can use?
Right.
You know, what's in it for your audience apart from like banging the pom-poms?
I mean, it's crazy because I saw the reactions to people responding to this on like Twitter, or am I supposed to call it X now?
How are the reactions?
There's a lot of people going off and agreeing with them, like, oh my gosh, I've been saying this, I've been believing this and saying this for years. You guys, Drake has just been selling you a product. He's not really an artist like that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I've been saying this since 2015, but all of a sudden a nigga with glasses on, now you want to believe him. But I've been saying this.
Get a pair of glasses.
I've been saying this forever, and I've said it on the podcast like 4 times. But like Drake,
but you didn't say it with glasses.
I didn't say it with glasses.
Gotta get a pair of glasses, bro.
It's like his music is a product. It is meant to. It is fabricated to a certain audience because it knows it's going to make a certain amount of money or a certain amount of sales. He isn't out here just putting out passion projects. He isn't out here putting out.
Honestly, never mind. Was that not a passion project?
Honestly, never mind. We're not even about to talk about that because it's like we know the artist that Drake is, and the only reason I have a problem with Drake is because like if he just shut up, put his music out, and was at the level that he was, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's just the fact that he tries to act like his music isn't all radio hits.
What it is.
Yeah, it's like when you can tell somebody put out a song because they know it's gonna get played on the radio, or because they know they want this song to be played on the radio. It's like that's all of Drake's music. It's like all commercialized, fabricated because he knows it's gonna sell. It's like where's the artistry? Where's the passion? Where's the hip hop behind that? You're a pop artist. You're a pop nigga. And that's what we talk about, like black artists not being given that opportunity to go branch out into other genres of music. Like if Drake could be labeled a pop artist, I feel like a lot of his songs would start to align more with pop versus hip hop. And it's just that we're so constricted to either R&B or hip hop. You can only be one of the two. Same thing with Beyonce, Queen of R&B. A lot of her songs. What's the difference between
pop and like?
I'm
just confused. What's the difference?
I think it's just tempo. I feel like pop is a little bit more bubbly, a little bit more just like
cuss words. You think?
Okay, so
I don't think so.
Black culture.
Pop is popular music, but like Xavier was talking about, pop has been associated with a kind of sound that has not been hip hop or rap. Once you go pop, you're crossing over to another type of music. You're crossing over to the Taylor Swift. You're crossing over to the Lady Gaga. Or
it's a certain sound.
It's a certain sound
and it's
versus
a certain sound
what
that
it really was.
That you can hear and you can tell that somebody.
Oh, that's pop. Yeah, that's pop.
Oh, that's pop.
Yeah,
that's pop. But when it comes to black people, they're like, oh, that's R&B.
Got it.
That's neo soul. And it's like that very well can be the case, but you're not letting black people branch out into certain aspects, but you will let white people go out and branch out into R&B, branch out into pop, and being allowed to give them their accolades and all these other various genres of music, while black people are very much segmented into where they already are. You know how many other, like, we still don't even talk about, like, Lenny Kravitz, his whole thing, talking about, I don't ever get invited to this, I'll never get invited to that. It's like black people, no matter what we listen to, the core of what we are allowed to celebrate is always going to be just two sides of a coin.
So let me ask you this, and Mos Def something. Why can't Drake be pop and hip hop at the same time?
He can. I don't have a problem with him being pop or hip hop. I have a problem with him being like wanting to be perceived as the greatest thing to ever be contributed to hip hop, when the only thing he's contributing to hip hop is just stuff for people to buy.
The commercialization
of hip hop. Wow. He's not bringing no real passion or no real thaught to the game.
Because you know what?
He ain't bringing nothing to the game. He's just bringing sales. He's just turning hip hop further into a place to come and make money, and that's how the genre gets twisted and turns into just a big trap of niggas who just trying to make money. At the end of the day, hip hop has been refabricated from something that was initially supposed to be like
my energy's going.
a place for people to be vocal on like revolutionary ideas and ideologies as pertains to black people in their lower income areas, especially on the East Coast where it started. But now it's just being seen as a place where people can go and portray a certain lifestyle, because they know that violence and degradation of the black community is always going to sell. So it's like, I'm just going to go put that to the forefront, make my money, and that's all I'm going to do. Never actually provide nothing to the game. But I'm not saying that's what Drake does, but I'm saying he is helping to allow that be more comfortable for this just to be a way for people to make money, just taking away from the art firm, just making it just commercial. Yeah. Just a way to make money.
You know, I wanted to come in here and argue with you about just the hits and like making money and doing that, but like just listening to that Mos Def clip over and over, it's like it's what we've been talking about. Like, we just had a podcast. Is hip hop dead? What is going to happen when that moment comes? What are you going to do? And that's what Mos Def asked him. Like, it's cute to have these hits and everything like that, but what's going to happen when you actually have to speak out and say something about some shit being fucked up? Are you going to do that?
Let's go through. Let's do a little passion project. Let's go through all of Drake's music, columnize it from what we think is hip hop, R&B, and pop.
Okay.
What you mean columnize it? All of his, except his last project, I would say, and honestly, never mind. I would say all those were hip hop. I just think he's gotten bad. Drake has gotten bad at feeding the crowd that he fed in the beginning of his career, which was more like hip hop niggas like us, are like niggas that really just fucked with the hip hop sound. Like y'all said, when y'all were confused when Drake had that music video out, his most recent video with the country music star.
We had to Google.
And the two white girls.
Broke my heart.
And the two white girls. I was so confused on why you guys. I was so confused on why you guys were so confused on the video, because that is what Drake is, and that is what he is. He's gonna do the most popular thing that he can. He's gonna do the most popular thing that he can to get the most people. So I don't know if that's wrong, but for somebody whose favorite rapper is Kendrick Lamar, I like niggas that take stands. So I don't know. I'll enjoy the slaps.
He takes stands, but he's working. I mean, never mind.
I'll enjoy the slaps, but when it comes to really taking really taking stands and what Xavier has really been chronicling of what really is hip hop. What does hip hop really mean? What has hip hop really been for niggas like Mos Def, who we've grown up fucking listening to and shit like that? The rules and regulations of what they go to of what really is hip hop is not Drake. And not what Drake has been doing, unfortunately. And I know it's a new era now. I know we're in 2024. I know that stuff has changed, and y'all want to talk about how Drake is the GOAT because of these numbers, quote unquote. But when it comes to that real hip hop stuff, they don't talk about Kendrick like this. You don't hear this from the old rappers. You can hear a lot of old rappers talk about they didn't mess with Drake. We heard DMX and what he had to say. God rest DMX's soul.
R.I.P.
He talked about Drake a long time ago. And I'm not gonna lie, I like the slaps. I'm probably one of the ones that ride the fence when it comes to Aubrey. He's in my top 10 rappers of all time. I was just having that conversation with Amari, and he looked at me like I was crazy.
Drake is a top 10 products.
Drake is a top 10 rapper of all time.
Top 10 product of all time.
If he never, if his career ended in 2016,
of course you still listen to Drake. But top 10 like rapper of all time?
That I'm just saying to me, but I totally agree with Mos Def.
I'm just saying rapper.
I'll say it is bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like that's kind of crazy because it's like Drake
artist.
Even though he is,
I'm talking about artists though.
Artist, top 10 artists of all time. Of course, I'll give it to Drake.
Soulja Boy got a better flow than Drake.
I'm not gonna say rapper, pure rapper. No,
yeah,
he's
but
not
artist,
pure, but artist. But I was talking about the artist list because
Drake's for sure up there, and he probably needs to get more recognition. But he's for sure up there.
Does he need more recognition?
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like it's hard to like for me to really like. I get what everyone's saying about Drake, but the fact when Young Money came out, to think that Drake would be at the top for as long as he's been at the top is very impressive for me, at least. I don't know. Maybe some people saw it. I didn't. I did not see it whatsoever. But just to see his transformation throughout his career and for the fact that he's been like so relevant for so long, to me speaks a lot. Like as far as like what you have to do in the music industry to even stay relevant. And that's all I'm saying. Like Drake has been a hit. He's been someone who's been consistent as far as putting out music from when we were talking about when we were kids. Like, so for Drake to still be there and be able to still catch the sound and connect with younger generation, there's something special there. But to your point, is it hip hop? Is it rap? Or is it just him becoming like a better artist?
Can I propose one thing to you real quick? Remember when we were having this conversation about Cat Williams and what he said, and you said when we were talking about Kevin Hart, but at what cost? That's the question that you asked me about Kevin Hart, and I can ask you the same thing about Drake.
But at what cost? But to me, Drake's not somebody who. Okay.
Because let me add this to that.
Okay.
Because at what cost? Drake is able to stay relevant because I believe his voice is so interchangeable between those genres. He sounds good doing little Afro beats. He sounds good doing R&B and singing. He sounds good rapping. So he's able to translate over to those genres, but then he takes over those genres, but what is he providing to those genres? He's not doing nothing but just selling and becoming the main thing to talk about when it comes to hip hop or when it comes to R&B or when it comes to Afro beats. But he's not doing nothing profitable for the culture. It's just for himself.
But I mean, okay.
So at what cost?
Where I don't know like exactly how to answer that question because I think his background and his experiences and like being from Toronto, to me also speaks to the music that he chooses to do, which that's why you say at what cost. But it's like once you start learning more about Drake, you're like, oh, that nigga's weird. Why does he have an accent? Oh, because he was hanging out with these people, or oh, he was exposed to this culture. So I think he is still, in a sense, using his platform to challenge certain things. But to your point, at what cost? If he's pulling out, he's making it. He's not okay. How do you not opening up like certain genres more to people. He's like, to your point, commercializing off certain cultures.
Or we could say colonizing.
I mean, I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying, but that's also what I think is like Drake is just interesting because like even though he does wear many hats, you sit there and you question like how authentic is he wearing that hat because he has so many background, that's so much experience.
It's just as authentic as he was when he was in that wheelchair. He's an actor.
Oh my! But if that is the case, I mean, Nicki was an actor.
It's a skill. Like you, I won't knock that from him. It's a skill to be able to go and translate through multiple sounds and still sound good and somewhat authentic.
Right, but then it's
that's
like
a skill.
J.
I'll give him
Cole,
that. But it's just like. it's just like that portray of authenticity is taken away from the people who are truly authentic and are really putting their blood, sweat, and tears. Not to say he's not putting his blood, sweat, and tears, but I feel like those tears are going towards two different things. I feel like one tear is going straight just towards what is profitable. I like this industry. Oh, this is what's popping. I'm gonna come in here so I can stay relevant. And versus one person is like, oh, this is exactly what I grew up on my whole life. This is all I know. I want to come here and make this type of music. And I feel like when we have these big name artists like a Drake going into those industries and dominating, we're no longer going to be looking for or talking about those lesser artists.
Right. And I get what you're saying, but I feel like at the same time, like, one, I think is based on his upbringing, who he's around, you know, but also two, like, basically what you're saying, some people who may want to branch off are stuck in those lanes. And that's why I think it's just interesting to see the evolution. He brought up Kendrick Lamar, and it's like, yeah, we know like his last album to me was really well, but because of his evolution and his sound and his commitment to like who he is, I don't think it's at the same level as Drake because of the fact that, I don't know, I don't want to speak too much for him, because I can say, for example, for J. Cole, like, he's still really good, but his evolution and what he chooses to talk about and how he chooses to tell stories have left him kind of not having, how would you explain it? Like, his evolution kept him in one lane, and that's probably why he's doing all these features and stuff, to show people that he can be more, like, you know, open to other people. But
he needs to stop.
I mean, but I'm just saying, but you get what I'm saying, because his last few albums, it's like only a select group of people really fuck with his last few albums, like, even to listen to it.
What's wrong with that?
But I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm just saying, but you see Drake, who's able to change, you know, to your point, play a certain role to get certain hits out. But I'm saying it went to the benefit of his career. Then you have other great rappers who are being so authentic to themselves that they're keeping their fans in this one category. Like, you know, and I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, for me, I'm gonna listen to J. Cole's next album because I just really respect and I really love J. Cole. Like, that's somebody I like rock with. While if I listen to Drake, it's like somebody who I know is gonna, like, I don't have to listen all, like, to really be a day one Drake fan to see something I appreciate. And I think that's just the difference between the two.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like,
I think we just need to normalize, like, celebrating people for what they are and who they were. But also, if we had some type of authority in our culture, we wouldn't allow certain things to happen. And since we don't, bless you. Since we don't, it's kind of hard to kind of decipher. Like, to me, Drake and Kevin Hart are the same as far as I'm on the
but
top.
That's different when you're choosing to put out stuff. When you're the company, when you're the CEO.
Hold on. What do you mean?
OVO? When you're picking and choosing what music you want to put out, you're not having someone in your pocket or telling you.
Kevin Hart. Kevin,
he's he's participating in movies and stuff that people have written for him, and very early on in his career. But I think music is just more of a creative output. That's all I'm saying.
1000%. But
that's literally all I guess.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about in the beginning of their career. I'm talking about at the status they're in right now. Something comes on Drake's table, like his last album deal was like 3 albums, and he got like a bag just for those 3 albums. So of course I'm going to keep feeding you the commercialized BS. That's like Kevin Hart, who keeps giving you the commercialized same movie over and over again. Like, they're going to keep on chasing that bag.
No, you don't.
But I can also appreciate the Cat Williams, or appreciate the Kendrick Lamar, appreciate the Mos Defs that stay true to the art and to the craft in a way that certain people can't. And
okay, that was beautifully put.
Is it because they didn't want to sell out, or is it because they're jealous of the person that's in that position, or is it because I don't think know
it's
that
no jealousy.
No,
I think it's just a different values that people hold.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is because I'm not in those situations. All I'm saying is, let's just appreciate people for what they are, and
bro, you know how I think it's really it's the difference between a home cooked meal and fast food.
Okay.
Like, Drake is fast food.
Experience.
It's quick. It's affordable. It's also good. You know it's gonna hit.
Wow.
And you know, like it's reliable.
Right.
Versus that home cooked meal, it's like 9 times out of 10 it's gonna hit. It might not hit every time. Sometimes it might be better. Sometimes it might be worse. It takes a little bit more time and energy, but it's like you respect it for that time and energy. You're not going to go ahead and put McDonald's on the same platform that you put your mom's favorite dish that she cooks, or your daddy's favorite dish that he's cooked, or your grandmama's favorite dish that he cooked. So it's like when you start trying to compare McDonald's to your grandmama's mac and cheese, it's like, bro, but it's like, come on. I understand
Chick-fil-A's macaroni and cheese.
I understand the numbers that they're doing.
Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese.
I understand the numbers that they're doing nationwide and worldwide. I understand that everybody and their mama got a gift card to this place, and everybody loves it. But it's like you can recognize certain type of love and passion that goes into certain things, and like you can recognize when something is just being sold as a profit.
Okay, that's profit. Good right there. That was a good ass example. That was like, wow.
Bro, every episode I sound like a bigger and bigger Drake hater.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. I just don't like him.
Right. I mean, yeah.
What the fuck
next
is the
on the Young Money tree.
I don't hate him. I'll listen to him.
Next on the Young Money tree, there's something that actually we were about to record and saw this. Nicki Minaj versus Meg Thee Stallion. I was so tempted to just throw this over to KaBria and just let her rock for women.
Just rock with it.
I have a couple things to say. Yeah, I got a couple things to say before I hand it over to you guys. So Nicki Minaj, she had an album out last month, December. To me, a very good quality album as far as what I heard.
You said album of the year.
I was just kidding. I was trying.
Don't throw that around.
Why are you saying that? I'm just saying, like, as far as like the top, definitely the top 5 female albums that came out in the last 5 years.
Okay, but let me just say this.
I can't even name any other albums. Like Megan had a few. Don't get me wrong.
I'm gonna give it to y'all. But so it was a pretty good album. It sounded great. It sounded incredible. It sounded like a lot of money was involved in this album, as far as beats, as far as production, and that's the thing I love. I love to hear an album that sounded expensive. Like Kanye West is my favorite artist of all time, even though he's wilding right now. But anyway,
booty cheeks and everything.
Booty cheeks.
So I was like, okay, Nicki is coming back. Maybe she's coming back and trying to solidify herself as, okay, I'm one of the vets now,
Yeah.
I can still make music at a high level. I still can do it for the passion, and I still want to give the fans a good quality album, so I'm back. I even chastise her husband, and I don't want to bring her family into it.
Yeah, don't make that mistake.
Don't make that mistake.
But
I chastise her husband only because, and I gotta put the headphones on both ears because I want to hear myself when I say this. I chastise her husband because he was outside at 4 a.m. threatening Offset that was half his age.
Yeah.
And me and Xavier sat here very confused. Like, I know it's your wife, and I know that, but she had just came off MTV. She was at the MTV Awards. And she performed, and she was on a high. Nicki Minaj is back. Everybody was praising her. Okay, the legend is back, X, Y, and Z. And you're outside looking like a fool with your other 40, 50, 60-year-old friends outside talking about, come see me, Offset.
What does this have to do with... Okay, keep going.
I'm just giving a little background of what's been going on. So me and Xavier were confused. Kind of, number one, on the messaging in the album. But... like, bruh, get your husband. So, I'm scrolling my phone, and all of a sudden I see on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Always gonna call it Twitter.
Yeah.
Always gonna call it Twitter.
Sounds horrible, but it is a lot of X shit going on there, I would say. XXX.
Right. So I go on my phone, and I see, like, Nicki Minaj just tweeting a whole bunch of shit. So apparently she's...
tweeters and deleters.
Tweeters and deleters. Apparently she's mad at Meg Thee Stallion for something that happened. There's supposed to be this alliance against Nicki Minaj, all that. I'm not gonna be the one to say that there's not a lot of stuff going on. I'm also not gonna be the one that's gonna say that Meg Thee Stallion is the best person ever. But when did starting to make fun of somebody who got shot by a black male, like, when did that become funny and something that you celebrate?
What you mean? Nicki, yeah, okay, out of pocket. But Drake, hella male rappers have had shots at Megan behind.
And guess what?
I feel like we've been saying that's been out of pocket.
It's been out of pocket, of course. I don't think it's anything funny whatsoever. But I think what else adds salt to the burn is the fact that they denied it and lied about it, knowing that in fact he did do it. While in this case, it's like she's saying like he did get shot, which is facts. But I mean, it's fucked up. But she's not denying that he shot her.
But
it is still fucked up. He shouldn't speak on it, but I'm just saying. So like, you talk about Megan's Law. So
this is all I'm saying. Hey Siri,
you married that nigga.
Oh, my Siri doesn't work on this phone. But what I'm gonna do, guys, is Google.
I hate Siri. I knew Siri was AI before AI was.
What I'm gonna do, guys, is Google Nicki Minaj's age. Nicki Minaj is 40.
Oh yeah, how old is Nicki?
Nicki Minaj is 41 years old.
Okay? I can't say that. I turned 26, and I'm just saying I don't feel a lick of fucking different. I just feel like I have to mature.
She's 41. She's 41.
She probably doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Some people I'm realizing like, why are you like that?
KaBria, go ahead and defend Nicki because I'm gonna go at her all. So you gotta.
I'm not trying to defend because to be honest, for everybody out there right now, I'm so hurt right now because I would never want Megan and Nicki to ever be beefing in this situation whatsoever.
Yeah, that's your two favorite right
no,
there.
It's really they're my favorite in a sense where when it came to all the new like rappers who are women, Megan was the only one in my eyes that really was on the same level as Nicki Minaj and had the potential to actually get there because of not only her freestyles, but because of the quality music she's been putting out there. So it's just heartbreaking. It's just too much for me. But I would say, I don't think she should have said anything. I'm gonna be honest about it. I don't think she should have said anything. And if it is an alliance or whatever, hold the heart with Cardi B already needs to sit the fuck down. As far as her trying to come for Nicki Minaj, because that's like the most craziest thing ever. Like you, not even a real rapper. Like you have to. I just think there's a certain.
She was on Love and Hip Hop.
I mean, I just feel like for me, there's just a certain. Well, I again carry myself differently, and I know probably Nicki probably not the best or whatever, but there's just a certain level of respect that you have to have for someone for what they contributed to whatever career you're in. And I just feel like for Megan to kind of do that, one, it's just kind of weird, even if her beef is because Nicki is mad at Cardi and Cardi is cool with Megan. Like it's just weird, like it's just messy. But also on top of that, it's just like the fact of the matter is y'all had Hot Girl Summer. That was a fucking hit. That was amazing. Yeah. Hot Girl Summer, I like that song. WAP probably was it. Well, the only reason WAP I think was such a hit and they tried it with bongos is because they used like the over sexualization of their bodies to really sell that. And like the video was very ooh, fucking women's bodies. They got Kylie. It was
that Anaconda of this generation.
Exactly. So like my whole thing is like not saying WAP wasn't good. Like it was a good song, but it was a very sexualized song. So of course it's gonna be a good fucking song, especially given what a lot of women rappers fucking rap about. But I just feel as if it's just questionable to me because Megan is now currently looking for like new management, becoming independent, and it's just weird for her to even want to start beef with Nicki because it does seem kind of like a grab in a sense, in my opinion.
A grab from Meg to Nicki?
A grab for like attention and for like to get more popularity.
Who's wrong in this situation?
Who's wrong in this situation? I think at the end of the day, it's just, I say at the end of the day, if there's real beef, it wasn't enough evidence to really come at each other like this until I would say the bar about Megan's Law and Nicki probably reading into it. But it was just like, to me, it's just too much. I'm not saying either are wrong. I'm just saying I am questioning Megan's motives because at the end of the day, I respect both of them, but when it comes down, I've been saying this, to fan bases, to actual tours, to actually being in the game for a long time, it's just, you have to just respect, and that's it. And I mean, I don't know. I've never but I also never really beefed with nobody though. So I don't really know how it is when you're beefing with somebody and it's like, oh, fuck that person for whatever they did, this and that. Because I just feel like for me, if you could teach me or put me on, I'm going to already be kind of humble. I don't know how to explain it. And I feel like Megan, out of everybody she want to beef with, knowing her and Nicki are like, once again, lyrically, one of the best people out there, for her to choose to go against her is just kind of wild. That's it.
Megan's
That's all I
Law
gotta
was
say.
a bar.
I mean,
that was a bar.
It was cool, but then again, like I was saying this earlier, KaBria and Hiss are not... Like, I don't imagine people listening to that song 2-3 years from now.
No.
Exactly. So to me, like, are you really working on establishing yourself as a motherfucking female hip hop artist, the best in female hip hop right now? Or are you using this time to take jobs and start petty beefs when you could just use this time to actually fucking put out a fucking album and then start fucking touring? because I wouldn't be surprised because Nicki's going on tour if there isn't going to be, like I was talking about, a Megan, Lotto, Cardi kind of tour, because I don't see them being able to tour by themselves coming for Nicki. And I'm saying that, and I love Megan. Like, I love her. But as far as would I go pay to see her by herself at this time, I don't even know what she's going to bring to the tour. You know, at least I know Cardi B would be creative, but that's because she's just a very creative person.
So don't
she's
nobody care that she got shot and Nicki Minaj is out here on social media with 106,000 people
calling
teasing her, saying Bigfoot.
I mean, it was like once again.
And then she said, let me tell you what she said on live real quick. She said that they were on live one time together when they made Hot Girl Summer. And that Meg couldn't stop looking at her man, and that Meg, like, she only wants like male attention and stuff like that. My only thing is
what the fuck? Okay, that's crazy to say. Your husband, who, you know, we all know what he be, what
speak
he
about
what
it.
he be about.
Speak about it.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's crazy to kind of say. We're on FaceTime, you're looking at my husband, bitch. I'm looking at the fucking camera. Mm-hmm. And then also, why does your husband not know his place? Like, why are you in the camera?
Same reason he was downstairs at 4 a.m.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, you think about it. If somebody FaceTime you and you're friends, why, like, that's inappropriate already. Your nigga a fan of Megan, that's why he's in the fucking camera. So speak on that. Like, you're just, no, literally, because she's a bad man. I don't know. If I was a nigga, I would feel very intimidated. But I'm just saying, with that being said.
Hey, Meg, come over to Black Ambition
But I'm
Media.
just saying, she's definitely, I can see very, like, oh shit, like, you know, you gotta do what the fuck you do it. But what I'm saying is, like, you mad, that's some crazy ass shit to say. Like, why was your husband on live trying to be in the camera anyway with Megan?
Xavier, what do you think about this whole Meg and Nicki beef?
I mean, I don't really care. I don't really care. But she was also on that live freestyling about her dead mama, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, she said that that Meg lied on her mom and all that too.
And then I don't want to repeat the freestyle.
Her mom has passed away. Her mom definitely. That's why when Megan was going through a lot of stuff, it was very sad because everyone around her was really fucked up. But then it just makes you question if people around her now, are they just in her ear? And I don't like that. Especially she's friends with Cardi, and Cardi's so mad at Nicki. Like, you gotta watch that shit.
Go ahead, Jennifer. Go ahead.
Especially, why would you team up with Cardi? I would definitely.
I don't really. What you want me to say? The album was mid. Don't really care too much. I don't really listen to Meg Thee Stallion really either. What I did get from this was that, like, Nicki Minaj is supposed to be one of the OGs, one of the vets in this scenario, and the way she handled that live just seemed very petty and like the opposite. She's been petty. Very the opposite of 41.
But what about people that attack her and nobody says something? That's what she says. That's what she claims.
She's been petty.
Okay, so two wrongs make a right nowadays, because like you was talking about bullying, but meanwhile you just bullied her to 100,000 people, calling her Bigfoot. You got shot. Hee hee ha ha. What she talk about? What she did to her friends? Talking about you just wanting attention. Talking about your dead mama. You lying on her name. Tis that not bullying, Nicki Minaj? Like, girl, shut the hell up. Like, I really don't care. It's just
respectfully just like leave it alone. Stuff. I think it's just the girls are beefing and we just gotta let them beef. And like, I hope they
like the song.
Resolve it. I mean, I like the song, but like I said, am I listening to that shit 2-3 years later?
No, I just wanted to hear what you said.
Absolutely not. And that's my issue with some of the music that people are putting out. Like, are you putting music out for right now, or are you putting it out for, as I mentioned, to actually establish your name as a fucking female hip hop?
I feel like most of the people are just putting their songs out hoping that one of them gets clipped on TikTok.
I mean, maybe, but also it's just like Nicki was hella funny talking about you not rapping on beat, because like I said, like respectfully, I do fuck with Megan, but she is gonna have to change up her flow a little bit.
Hey, well, I like some of Blueface back in the day, so I don't really matter if he was rapping off beats.
But it's just, that's a different level. Like, Blueface wasn't trying to be like the next Lil Wayne. Like, for her, then that's also the disrespect. Like, you don't see people coming for Lil Wayne. Like, why are people trying to come and disrespect Nicki? And that's what I think people are forgetting. It's just like, nigga, like, she's on the same level.
A lot of people come and disrespect Lil Wayne.
I'll come for Lil Wayne because Collie Grove too was
Pusha T. Okay, Pusha T. Yeah. Look, where is Pusha T?
No, I'm just saying.
And that's what I'm saying. Who else had disrespected Lil Wayne? It's people whose careers didn't even like. Okay, who disrespected Lil Wayne is at the top right now.
All I'm saying, KaBria, is this:
what
the nature of the sport that they play. This is what Mos Def is also talking about when it comes to hip hop. The nature of the sport you play is reckless, bro. When Jordan came in the league, Kobe had 55 at halftime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you're old. I'm going to like whoop your ass right now, bro. Like, I'm competitive like that. You're the number one spot, nigga. I'm the number one spot now. Like, rap is still competitive at the end of the day. So yeah, some people are going to come for the crown. Some people are going to come for the crown. It's okay.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj, if you're really the best, how about you write a diss track? I know when Remy Ma came and whooped that ass on that Sheether beat, Nicki Minaj tried to get Lil Wayne and Drake on that No Frauds, and that was they all sounded like frauds on that.
Yeah, how dare you go get help? That's so.
You went and got help,
That's
and
tough.
and it still wasn't good.
Don't be doing Nicki Minaj right now, because at the end of the day, where is Remy Ma's career? And this
True.
is the whole point I'm trying to make to Megan. Like, why are you doing that?
Well, she's the OG to Nicki Minaj, and she spent most of her career in jail or in prison,
but
wherever she was at.
Whatever the situation may be, but my whole thing is like, look what happened. And that's what I'm just nervous. Look what happened to Lotto. Even though they're saying Lotto's doing big things, I'm not saying she's not. I'm not saying, but I don't know. Maybe Lotto's just like a younger generation rapper to me. I don't know. I'm just not a huge
thing Lotto was doing.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not a huge Lotto fan, so I can't really speak too much of it. But I'm just saying she tried to beef with Nicki, and then she had to apologize, and then like it was weird.
I had to apologize is hilarious.
Yeah, she said she regrets, ever kind of getting into it with her.
Speaking of apologizing, I need Taylor Swift to apologize to all of Black of America for having these white people write articles about her inventing swag surfing. Like,
wait,
you didn't see the damn article? They wrote an article talking about what is this swag surfing? Taylor Swift and the Chiefs going crazy. I was like,
how much money is she getting from this relationship?
My God.
I wonder if she like had a meeting her people, if they were smart on some fucking Kris Jenner shit, would be like, hey, they're gonna be dating soon.
What is swag surfing?
We need 10% of your fucking revenues moving forward, bitch.
Yeah.
Until they break up.
What is swag surfing? Everything to know about Chiefs viral dance celebration as Taylor Swift participates.
Like, ain't that what was the group? Fly something?
Damn, your memory's hella good. I just know swag surfing. I said everybody know that HBCU black thing. Everybody knows fucking swag surfing.
I was like,
not white people.
They didn't even do it.
Craziest
talking about
ever.
offbeat. They talking about offbeat, rapping offbeat. They was not swag surfing on beat. They said they was. People on Twitter were talking about they was over there swag slaying.
Hey.
Bruh, Taylor Swift. I can't. Lamar Jackson.
Please, Lamar Jackson.
Please, Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, if you can hear me, Lamar Jackson. Dear Lord Lamar Jackson. Dear our Lord and Savior Lamar Jackson, please lead us down the promised road. Please lead us down the promised road.
Damn,
that's crazy.
I can't even root for Mahomes no more.
Yeah, because when the Chiefs play the Dolphins, like, I was like, dang, am I watching?
You said you can't even root for Mahomes anymore?
No, because it's like, why do I want the Chiefs to succeed? Every time they score a touchdown, they're in the fucking press box looking at Taylor Swift.
Because that's exactly what happened during the Dolphins game playoffs.
Like, dang,
we played the Chiefs, and they kept panning
to Taylor Swift.
Every time the Chiefs scored.
Well, Taylor Swift is one of the largest white person artists out there today.
Stop. I don't care.
White people love Tay Tay.
I
like Tay Tay. I like early Tay Tay. I don't know about now.
Yeah,
Tay-Tay.
you were trashing her last podcast. I was hoping you would trash her again, so I could put it on TikTok.
I wasn't trashing Tay Tay at all. I'm just saying, like, she's just not my cup of tea.
Look at this.
That's bobsledding.
She gonna touch the hat. Oh my God, I hate her.
She said,
"Don't let me say not hate. Say hate her."
Oh God, Lamar Jackson, please run all over these niggas
For real.
That way is two things, two birds, one stone.
Did y'all see the Taylor Swift AI photos?
Oh God,
no.
That shit was graphic. Did you hear? Who's the name of the black woman that like the press something for the president or for the White House?
I don't know her name.
Press secretary?
I can't remember her name.
She has curly hair, right?
She's even talking about it. She's talking about she's like, they have his name and his username. They have his name, and they're talking about the person that did this, blah blah blah. We're gonna be looking into that for possible repercussions and like charges.
How are they gonna have repercussions on something that
they're not?
No laws
because
on.
that same thing was happening like last year, the year before that to women and Twitch streamers, and people were just like, it's a public image. We can basically do whatever we want. Yeah. But guess who that wasn't? That wasn't Taylor Swift.
I mean, no.
She said, "You're not putting my booty cheeks spray painted with Chief spray paints."
Bro, they wiped
my booty cheeks. They said,
they wiped that from the internet, but it's a fake picture.
It's fake.
People were like, I don't know if
I can't wait till we're
really
older. We can blame everything on AI. I would say this is a video of us right now on AI.
No, this is this is not real.
My mom sent me a picture of her in AI, and I was like, "Who is this white
woman
woman you just sent me?"
Why did she put her picture in the AI? That's
I don't know
scary.
why. I was like, "Who is this white woman you sent me?"
Your mom.
I was like, "Why you look like white Kamala Harris?"
Kamala Harris.
Wow.
Kamala Harris.
So I had to.
Your
I had
mom?
to send,
That's
I had
crazy.
To send her this one. I had to send her this one. I had to send her. Civil rights. You didn't know Cayman was out there marching with King.
Yeah.
You didn't know original
It took me a second to know to recognize who that
original
is.
hard bottom.
So what did she ask it to do? Just to make her presidential?
Make it like a professional image, and it sent her like a.
Oh, and they lightened her skin, and wow.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
So AI is even racist?
Hey,
speaking of AI,
who programmed it?
Racist.
White man.
Right. Speaking of AI, did y'all see MLK at the Ravens game?
Did you see him with a white woman?
Bruh.
I saw that. Then I saw the next photo with him and the white woman. I was like, people are about to be doing too much. They're like, brother's dream came true.
That's crazy.
Brother's dream came true. Fresh off the birthday.
That's crazy.
Happy birthday, Dr. King.
Happy birthday, Dr. King.
KaBria birthday. I'm hecka weak.
Yeah, KaBria's birthday. List. What else do we want to get to? Xavier, tell me why that 21 Savage interview was so cool to you.
I didn't finish it.
I just thought it was interesting, just seeing like a different part of 21 Savage. Just from a different aspect, as far as like one part that I found interesting was when they started going off and talking about R&B, and he was saying that the one thing he listens to most out of anything is R&B, and he was doing his like, if I was a DJ Khaled and I did a collaboration album, this is who I would want on my R&B album. This is my Mount Rushmore of R&B. And like he was talking about like the Isley Brothers, and he was talking like he was just pulling out names, and I was like, wow, I never really
expect that.
I wasn't just expecting that from him. And then just that tied in with him just telling his childhood story about coming from London, moving to the States, and then like his going back and forth with his father and his other brother, and then just like growing. Oh, I realize this mic is going all different places, but just growing up with so much trauma and so much loss, and how he managed that.
Facts.
It was just
wow.
Nice to see him kind of talk about that, just outside of what you usually hear when he's talking about that, which is going to be through his music. So it was just nice to hear him speak.
Did you listen to the album?
No, I did not.
Oh, let's do it.
How'd you like it, KaBria?
Of course, you know I like that Brent Faiyaz collab.
Okay.
And then Red Rum.
Did you like Brent Faiyaz cutting off his beard?
I didn't. Damn, I'm not really following him like that, I guess.
I heard, because I heard he cut his beard off and girls was upset.
Let me look at a picture.
I would say the 21 Savage album is the album of the year so far. It is 26 days.
You said that about Nicki Minaj.
Right.
You just be throwing that.
It is 26 days into the year, so I think there's going to be good music coming in. But the 21 Savage album was really solid.
I was just thinking about that though. It was like, damn, where's the other music coming?
Yeah, I hope everybody checks that out. 2024 should be in store for
oh my gosh,
some pretty good drops from people.
Who are you expecting, or who are you most excited for?
You know, I just saw a headline that said Kendrick Lamar is not talking to Baby Keem anymore because he ruined like a TV series for him or something like that.
Oh my God.
What?
So they're not talking anymore.
Did you listen to his snippet he did for that all-white Chanel fashion show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Emphasis on all-white.
Oh,
yeah.
Debuting his song.
It wasn't, okay, video. The recording.
Oh, sorry. I was fucking him up.
Wow.
You said he shaved his beard.
But yeah.
Crazy. If a nigga could grow a beard, you should just continue growing it. Everybody know that.
That's how you feel?
Yeah. I think adding beard, facial hair for a guy, I think it just is like the cherry. It's like a wow. And if you can't grow it, just shave that shit off. Nothing wrong with not growing it, but it is kind of, he shaved it. Usually they look younger. He looked a little bit older when he shaved it. I mean, that's just my feedback. And I love Brent Faiyaz. He just looks a little bit older with his beard shaved. I never knew they could do that. I thought she's supposed to look younger. But hey.
So did y'all see, I didn't know anything about this Gypsy Rose girl until she like got out of prison. I didn't watch any of the docs. I'm actually I like docs.
Did you watch
true
it?
crime. Yeah, I watched it after I was trying to figure out who she was. Yeah. I watched it on HBO Max.
I didn't watch it yet. I didn't watch it.
No, there's just a documentary on Gypsy Rose. And
there's a show too.
Yeah, the act. Which is
but there's I think there's 3 or 4 different.
Yeah,
but
I would say that's the one I watched the show.
Oh, okay. So there's a reenactment as well. But I didn't know anything about her. Mm-hmm. But I heard that she was like supposed to come on Zeus, and that just took me afloat. But what do y'all think about like America and how we just like uplift these? Like she really did get her mom killed. I know she was being abused like badly and all that, but she just got out of jail and she's like the biggest hottest thing on earth right now.
Now that I think about it, it's not very surprising for white people, for us to like consider that.
Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse went on tour.
That is true.
No, not even saying that. I'm just saying as far as like, I
fucking
hate you, mom. Like, okay, like yeah, we can see that. But no, if she was black, and I think like, as far as like our values as a culture and other cultures, we probably would have been like, girl, hell no. But I think it's also just crazy, like, her experience with her mom. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's also what it is. Like, it's extreme that she had her killed, like for sure. But I think it's like for us, it's just like her mom definitely like took away like almost all her life.
Which I can't remember correct, but but like tricked her into thinking she was sick or like in a wheelchair or couldn't walk, so she can collect money and do other stuff like that.
Facts.
The whole time she was like perfectly fine. I'm like, I remember watching it and I was like, wait, this is a true story.
Yes.
It was fucked up.
But I think her mom had a mental health, like she had something going on, and I think that's the story, right? But I think her mom, like, and that's where I think like it did a good job of like making us like feel like sympathy for her mom, because it was just like her mom, I don't think she had like truly like malicious intention. I just think like she was just like trying to make her kid as dependent on her as possible. And that's where the issue, that's like as far as
within itself.
Exactly. Now as far as killing her mom and how she went about it, like that's crazy when you think about it and the way she's talking about it and how she went about it. It is kind of like, what the fuck, because it's like you could have just left, bitch.
Should we do an interview?
No,
Gypsy, if you want.
I don't want to. No, don't do that, because I don't really like her voice. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. It's just what? Why? You guys heard it. What do you mean why? What do you mean why? Have you heard her talk?
So it's not content over everything.
It's no. Remember, it's our values. Who are we? At what cost? At what cost? But no, to be honest, no, I don't want to do that. And like recently, I was like, not only her voice, but it's just like she's out having a tour, doing her best, living her best life. You feel me? Like, okay, coolio. But it's just like,
did you see her tell Natalie Nunn, like, you better be careful?
Ooh.
Basically, she was supposed to like be a host of something.
Ain't nobody worried about that shit. You already know she'll get mobbed by any bitch on Zeus. I've been watching baddies. I think anybody would beat her ass. She's really not that bad, because you want to think about it. You're a master manipulator. But then,
she'll have somebody come and
do it, right? But they were saying that they think that she might have killed her mom, and that's like what they're trying to look into. No, she had her boyfriend. She had her boyfriend kill her mom, and that's how it was.
It was that nigga.
That's what they're saying, but they think that she was involved as well.
She was involved, but it was that nigga. It was definitely that nigga.
I don't know.
She hid in the bathtub. She really did do that, because how he was wired. Like, they met online and all that type of shit. But how he was wired, he definitely killed her. The mom. He definitely killed her. I saw the, like, police interrogation thing. He killed her. Bro. that dude killed her. But how she just gonna get a new man's, leave him in jail? He in jail for life. She just got a new man's.
I said I wondered her dead, but I wasn't gonna kill her.
I'm hella weak. That is such an extreme.
What can I do now? Time to be a podcaster.
Time to be a
podcaster.
That is just crazy when you think about it, though.
The things people can get famous for these days.
Not for real. Shoot.
These days. Okay, wait. That's Drake, right? But that is crazy. But no, respectfully, I wouldn't be able to do it. I have like, weird things I don't like, and her voice is one of them.
I also watched another doc of a white lady who called herself God, and she had like this cult following.
Oh yeah, she got sick.
And she was
trying to tell him to take her.
You saw that?
No, absolutely not. Someone told me about it.
Oh my gosh, she was.
Cults are so interesting to me.
Cults are very interesting to me.
I don't understand how you get in one. Like
people. Let me just say this:
it's like an abusive relationship. You don't know how until you're in it.
People are so lost, and stuff happens to them. Like there's another doc called Twin Flame, where these two niggas basically created a whole business on trying to tell somebody, oh, you and you are a match, you guys are twin flames, and they actually believe it. Just two random niggas. Oh yeah, y'all are twin flames. And then like they tell them to live together, and like you're just living with this stranger because two people are telling you y'all are meant to be together forever. How do y'all get this kind of information? A lot of what we're saying about government and who you're voting for president.
I mean, it's that, but I think cults are like deeper, like as far as making each person feel seen, special, lifting up the cult leader to that God status, but also I think tapping into like the side of like human, like the experience of being human, but like making them like I don't know how to explain, digging into like the insecurities of humans.
Yeah, right.
That's like the best way to explain it. Like I can see it, but it's just very interesting. And then like, you know, you've been abandoned or you don't feel like people understand you. Oh, look at this group of people. Okay, yeah, they understand me. Or have you always been fucking weird? And then you start doing stuff and you don't have people around you telling you like, hey, nigga, like, that's weird. You probably shouldn't do it. If you're not already like, you know, a part of like your community, then of course I can see you going into a cult.
Yeah, like me and Sophia and I, we were rewatching Ugly Betty, and at the end of the season, like her boss, his
I ain't
wife,
never seen that show, but I know you're talking about because it's like yellow. She wears glasses.
But in the show, at the end of it, his wife dies, and he gets like really upset and shit, and he goes out of the country and starts getting really in touch spiritually, and then ends up joining a cult because they tell him that your wife, even though she's dead, we can still give you through this religion and through channeling and meditating, we can give you the ability to still be able to talk to her. So it was just like giving people who feel so lost or without any options a way to like be seen, or a way to feel like they still have some type of connection to something that they lost.
Right.
And it's like they try to like break you apart from the outside world, so the people that are gonna tell you like bro, you know you're in a cult, right?
Right.
They're gonna make it like
isolate.
You just don't understand. You just want me to be lonely forever. Listen, that like you just don't understand. These people understand. It's like you get caught in that echo chamber of people just repeating the same thing over and over and over again. It's just like next thing you know, you're drinking Kool-Aid.
Oh god.
And it's super tough.
And you get that brainwashed to the point where
that's the part I don't get. Is how do you get? I mean, we're all brainwashed.
You can be brainwashed,
Facts.
yeah. I don't think it's hard being brainwashed.
it's just how deep you are.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
think about it.
It's just like your brain that washed.
Right.
Yeah. Goodness. But yeah,
heavy duty.
crazy times right now.
Crazy times. We're in 2024. What are you guys looking forward to this year? Any trips? Any concerts? Any?
I'm just living my life.
Facts.
Nah. Yeah. I'm just waiting for this. I don't even know what this year has in store. It's like we're only not even in February and just so much random stuff. It's just happened or is happening. Only thing I'm thinking about right now is, dear Lord Lamar Jackson, please
eliminate the Chiefs.
Please eliminate Taylor Swift. Please eliminate Team Swift.
That was funny. I just totally got it because he's the QB for Ravens.
Right.
I literally it just sunk in. I'm like, why did I know Lamar Jackson?
He's our last figure with civil rights face.
That is just such a black name. I love that for him. I love that his mom named him Lamar Jackson.
And what Lamar, we'll end this on this. What Lamar Jackson hopefully is about to do in winning a Super Bowl, being somebody who, when he was drafted, because he's black, because he runs, because he wasn't a pass first quote unquote quarterback, all the white people that have been in this sport and been in power in this sport for a long time told Lamar Jackson that he would never be anything in fucking football because of his playing style.
Did he go 32?
He went 32, last pick in the draft. They told that nigga he needed to switch to running back or receiver, that he could never be a quarterback. They didn't think that he could process the information as quickly. They've always thought that the white quarterback could process information more quickly than a black quarterback.
How racist.
And it's so crazy.
Exactly.
And it's and it's so crazy and inspirational to see what Lamar Jackson is about to do, and I hope he does it.
And the crazy part is, it shouldn't even be inspirational. It should just be what you're expected.
The norm.
Because didn't he win the Heisman?
Yeah.
How does the Heisman Trophy winner go 32?
Right.
32.
Right.
How does a Heisman Trophy winner be told, I don't think you should play that position?
Right.
You're not good enough to play that position.
Right.
What do you mean? I just won the Heisman.
Right.
We're gonna pick you 32.
And that's the underlining of racism and what we have to literally fight for in sports, where we dominate the freaking sport. 60-70% of the NFL or the NBA is black, and we still have to go through these situations.
We need the max win.
Oh my god.
That's so funny. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
But yeah, thank you for watching the Rising podcast. Again, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Did y'all ask y'all mama to subscribe? Did y'all ask your dad? Did you ask your cousin, your brother, your uncle?
And check the TikTok.
Your cousin. Check the TikTok.
Check the IG.
Check the IG at Bland Media, at Bland Media CO, Bland Media Company Instagram. You know, was taken. I don't know why, but let's see if we can get that. But thank you for watching and have a good day.